Hi, I'm attorney Mark Lazarus. If you've been injured in an accident, you're entitled to recover damages. We help people to recover those damages. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what damages are. First off, there are roughly three types of damages that we seek in personal injury cases. The first is economic damages. What are economic damages? Those are costs that can be quantified. Things like past and future medical expenses to treat injuries that you suffer in an accident. Past and future lost income for when you can't go to work due to your injuries. Also, if there's damage to a vehicle, or if there's rental charges while the vehicle is being repaired, or just the loss of the use of that property as a result of some wrongdoer's harm. Next, we have what are called non-economic damages. Those damages are typically referred to as pain, suffering, emotional distress. Those non-economic damages are not as easily quantified as the economic damages, but they are much greater in value. They're damages that can be for a short period of time. They can be damages that happen to go over a lifetime. The way you calculate them is you determine the nature and the extent of the harm over the person's life. To determine non-economic damages, that's not easily done, but it's a very important aspect, and everyone who's been harmed is entitled to recover those types of damages. The last one is punitive damages. Punitive damages are to deter the wrongdoer from doing these types of acts in the future. If someone is, let's say, a drunk driver, they can be subject to punitive damages because we don't, as a society, want people driving under the influence on our roadways. Therefore, they're subject to greater amounts of damages to try and deter their behavior in the future. Something that people usually ask us about is, what if I have an already existing problem, like a pre-existing back problem? Am I entitled to damages for injuries to my back? The answer is absolutely. If you have a pre-existing condition and it is made worse by the accident, then you are entitled to that change in your condition and what it would take to get you back to where you were before the accident. Even if the costs of the medical care are more significant because you have a pre-existing condition, that is not something that they can avoid paying. You take the damaged person the way you find them. If they have a pre-existing condition and it's a greater harm, which causes more out-of-pocket expenses for treatment, takes longer to heal, that's not your fault as the victim. The defendant or the person who caused the harm is going to be responsible for you to get back to where you were before the accident. The other thing I want to mention is if you're injured and you have damages, and some of those damages can be avoided by something called mitigation, you do have a duty to mitigate. For example, if you have a harm such as a fracture and you don't go to the doctor because you're afraid to spend the money and that fracture gets worse, you have not mitigated your damages. You need to take care of the damages as they become apparent to you in order to avoid greater harm down the road that could have been avoided. So it's very important to listen to your body and do what needs to be done to get healthy. So those are a few things about damages that you should know if you're ever involved in an accident. If you've been in an accident or a loved one has and they want to ask us anything, please give us a call for a free consultation. Our number 877-789-HURT. That's 877-789-4878. And thank you.